I am Alex Dronsley and welcome to another episode of The Week That Was. In this week's edition of the show, we'll take you back to last week as the Kings played 3 games in 3 nights, beginning right here in Powell River against the Langley Rivermen on Thursday night. On Friday, it was to Surrey to face the Eagles before wrapping up on Saturday night to face the Coquitlam Express at the Poirier Sports and Leisure Centre in Coquitlam. We'll also interview Kings defenceman Brandan Smith, who scored his first ever BCHL goal on Thursday night against the Rivermen. It was an exciting night indeed for the Kings, and we will start there this week. The Kings, in their 3 wins against the Rivermen this season, hadn't conceded a goal. Did that continue on Thursday night? Let's take a look.
Dodges around one man at his own blue line, runs into Ray Bell, and now a centering feed falls back to Cohen Adair. Adair alone in the slot, backhand attempt, scores! The play started by Tegan Waugh, advancing the puck up at center. Richardson got a touch on it, but it was all Cohen Adair's. His 19th of the season. Kings lead 1-0. And now Matt Scarth down the right wing. 1-on-2, drop pass, back. Trying to backhand attempt, centering feed, Scarth scores! Matthew Scarth started the play, getting into the zone down the right wing. Drop pass back to Chris Williams, who took it down near side, and a backhand dish out in the front. Matthew Scarth potting home his 12th goal of the season. It's 2-0. Forwards have changed up as it's Cohen Adair, Tegan Waugh, and Evan Richardson with Chris Williams and Benton on the back end. And now Williams scores! Out of nothing, Chris Williams, so casual down the right wing, just cuts in and gets a bad angle shot on James Barr. Benton coming back on. Benton did well to grab it right in front of his own bench and just play it into the corner. Tidy, strips behind, centering feed out in front. Schmidt on his backhand, spins, fires in front. Smith scores! Brandan Smith, first BCHL goal. Batting home a loose puck in front. Kings lead 4-0. Went through both Schmidt and Shinkarik, and pinching down to keep that in was Craig Dalrymple. Into the corner he goes. Scarth. Got a little bit of room. Centering feed out in front. Shinkarik scores! All guns firing for the Kings right now. Shinkarik got just enough on that. It took a deflection, maybe off the backside of Jim Kruger, or a Rivermen defenseman. Trickled over the goal line. 5-0 Kings.
No, you really don't want to let things get out of hand. The good call by the ref. You maybe let Langley know you're not going to get away with any cheap shots, so cut it out right now.
Mike Campbell, the referee for tonight's game, scores! John Yahtzee! Drawn back off the face-off. Yahtzee with a big slap shot, puts it home. His 8th of the season, makes it 6-0 Kings. Out of his own zone, ran into his opposing number 9, Sebastian Pear, gets the puck back. It's just fallen that way tonight for the Kings. Richardson trying to get around his man, just gets a shot on net from behind, and Waugh still bouncing, scores! One of the most bizarre goals I've seen. Richardson got a shot on Jim Kruger, saved it, went behind. The follow-up attempt came back out. Waugh got a shot on it. Kruger got it, just went straight up into the air, down maybe off the back of Kruger and in the net, 7-0.
Yeah, what it had to been is.
So Jamie Phillips kicked aside all 19 Rivermen shots en route to his 16th victory and 5th shutout on the season, and the Kings got scoring from 7 different players, including defenseman Brandan Smith, who we'll hear from a little bit later on in the show. Now, a huge matchup the next night in Surrey as the battle for second place was on between the Kings and the Eagles. The Kings hadn't had a whole lot of luck at the South Surrey Arena and were looking for some things to change.
Scarth, back, shot. Rebound comes out into the slot. The clock has just started here, so we've had about 30-35 seconds with the clock stopped at 17:05. That may need to be corrected as the Kings come back the other way. Schmidt from the face-off dot scores! Steven Schmidt gets the Kings on the board. Just grabbing a puck, walking into the zone and firing it from just inside the face-off dot. Steven Schmidt, 7th of the season, makes it 1-0 Kings. The Eagles have the best penalty kill in the league at the moment. So any penalties they take, they're confident of killing off as Cochet through traffic shot scores! A screen Sean McGuire didn't see it until the red light was on behind him. Steve Cochet answers straight back just 9 seconds into the Sam Ramsey penalty. Cochet's 9th of the season. And we're tied at 1. 20 minutes on the clock here, and the opening face-off still at center ice and finally taken away by the Kings and straight off the glass and into the attacking zone for the Kings. The Sipe fan on that, Adair wasn't quick enough or it wasn't close enough, although they give it away as Richardson into the slot. The shot just scores! Evan Richardson, just 15 seconds into the second period, gives the Kings a 2-1 lead on a turnover, and then a broken play as he stole right at the blue line. Skated into the low slot, got a shot all the way along the ice. It's Richardson's 9th of the year, and it makes it 2-1 Kings lead. Block that and just send it back out to the Kings blue line. Williams with a little bit of room to work down the left wing. Williams on the left wing half boards. Richardson trailing, centering feet out in front of Adair, scores! Corner Adair on a beautiful pass from Chris Williams. Adair notches his team leading 20th goal of the season. It's a power play marker. The Kings double their lead. It is 3-1.
Evan Richardson's goal just 15 seconds into the second period of play wound up being the game-winning goal, and Sean Maguire, well, he did all the rest of the work as he stopped 30 of 31 Eagles shots en route to his 6th victory of the season. A fantastic night for the Kings as they finally got the monkey off the back against the Eagles at the South Surrey Arena. Steve Schmidt and Cohen Adair also scored goals for the Kings in the 3-1 win. Now the next night it was a similar story. Against the Coquitlam Express, another team the Kings haven't had a whole ton of success against this season, taking just 1 of 8 points so far this season. The Poirier Sports and Leisure Centre, a tough venue for the Kings, and that unfortunately would continue.
Redmond to the point. Nardi's got Atkinson far side, uses him. Atkinson down to Kerfoot, who's been out there for this whole time. Nardi, his shot through traffic, scores. 26 seconds remain on the power play. The Express open the scoring as they have done so many times this season on a man advantage. Mitch Nardi scoring his 6th of the season, and it's 1-0 Express. Evan Richardson, Cohen Adair, and Tegan Wah up front. And then on the back end, it will be Jordan Benton and Chris Williams. And loose puck scores! I think that came off Chris Williams' skate. Might have gotten over Sean Maguire and in. The Express early here, just 16 seconds into the second period of play. They make it a 2-0 game on a bad break for the Kings. Back to the point. Williams trying to pinch down and grab that at the half wall. Nardi did a good job to avoid him. Now 3-on-1 into the attacking zone. Nardi, the shot, scores! Mitch Nardi kept on a 3-on-1 break, and the Kings have given up the 3rd goal of the game. It is now 3-0. Taking him down. Someone's lost a stick, and it's an Express play. And now back to the point. Sadu, DeBorn, play back down low. One touch pass, harder the shot, and that just went over the net. Tried to pick the top blocker corner of Sean Maguire. He had it, just put it high. Sadu to Hodder, 19 seconds to go in the man advantage. Hodder, shot through traffic, scores! Tipped in front. Cody Michelle's the one that's celebrating. It's another power play goal. And the Kings now trail 4-0. And the Kings just no momentum right now and struggling to get outside of their own zone. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this 3rd period of play. As the Express doing a great job of just keeping everything to the outside. Chances few and far between tonight for the Kings. And here comes Scarth into the attacking zone. Dangle shot, scores. Pretty goal from Matt Scarth. It'll be little consolation, but it gets Scarth on the score sheet. Matthew Scarth putting home his 13th goal of the season as he dangled into the slot and makes it a 4-1 game.
It was a tough night all round for the Kings at the Poirier Sports and Leisure Centre. Sean Maguire was pulled in the second period after giving up 4 goals on 20 shots, and Matthew Scarth's lone goal in the 3rd period late was the only bright spot for the Kings in a 4-1 loss to the Coquitlam Express. The Kings are now 0-4-1 against the team this season, and they'll entertain the Express a little bit later on in the year here at the Hat Parker Arena. Now back to happier times. On Thursday night, defenceman Brandan Smith, playing up front, scored his first ever BCHL goal. Following the game, I had a chance to talk to the Kings' young defenceman. Brandon, congratulations, your first BCHL goal last night against the Langley Rivermen. Just talk us through kind of how the play got set up.
Jordan dumped it in, and then Tidy went and got the puck back, dished it out to Steve. He put it on net, and I just banged home the rebound.
We saw you play a lot up front after the injury to Chase Haley. Just talk us through kind of what happened on the bench in terms of that discussion that involved you going from a defensive role up onto a left wing.
Ken just told me get out there on forward, so I went up there and took a couple of shifts to get into it, but it felt good.
How'd you feel out there? Comfortable? You seem to have a little bit of chemistry kind of right away with Brandon Tidy, and then usually Brendan Forbes or Steve Schmidt out there.
Yeah, I don't know, we've been pretty close friends, and just it clicked out there.
In terms of playing up front, we've seen you in front of the net on a power play, but this is, I believe, the first time that we saw you even strength up front this season. A position that you like to play?
Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's not my position, but it's fun to play.
What was the reaction on the bench when you finally got back there from the boys?
Oh, it was great. Everybody was fired up.
And finally, towards the end of the game, we also saw you taking some face-offs as well. Was that kind of you stepping in, saying, "Hey boys, I got this"?
I don't know about that. It's just we needed a couple guys up front.
Congratulations, Brendan. Hopefully that's the first goal of many to come in a Power River Kings uniform. Now the Kings are straight back at it this weekend as they host the Surrey Eagles at a 7:30 start right here at the Happ Parker Arena on Friday night. Then Saturday evening, it's over to Port Alberni for a 7 o'clock game against the Alberni Valley Bulldogs, before a Sunday afternoon matinee against the Victoria Grizzlies at the Bear Mountain Arena, opening face-off for that one, 1 p.m. Now, they're all games you can catch live on 95.7 Sun FM, beginning with our pre-game show 15 minutes prior to opening face-off. That's it for this week's edition of the show. Join us next week and we'll have highlights from those 3 games, as well as all the news and interviews from the Kings Kingdom during the last set of 7. Till next week, from the Happ Parker Arena, I'm Alex Ross.